What is up, guys? And what a game here between the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. Uh, what I'm saying here is that we gotta take care of the ball. Even though, of course, okay, let's go. I want to first go through the stats because I don't have a lot of actual notes about this game, but I want to go through the stats here. So you got Julius Randle having 29. Ever since no, I'm not even afraid to tell like that. So there have been 5 games in a row he has had more than 20 points. I know he didn't have a bad start, but again, it's always this all NBA players show themselves in the first 20 games, and he's shown himself. Um, uh, you might be a player who needs a little bit of time to get going, and that's not even a lot. That's not even that much time. Like he just took a few days, especially off an ankle surgery. Like chill. He needs to he needs to get into that ankle. He needs to feel comfortable with having that ankle. Um, but yeah, quickly, man. Big shot from Manuel Quigley. You know what they were doing? What I saw is they were forcing the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hands. So, it would usually be RJ in the clutch because Randall can't do that in the clutch. I've said this over and over, over again. You got to get the ball out of Julius Randle's hands when it comes in the clutch. So giving it to Quigley, who I think I trust more in the clutch, to be honest with you, who can get me buckets, fearless, is great. The ball would go to RJ, but guess what? RJ is still out with a migraine. I'm not gonna go suspect it's his knee, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't sit here and be appalled. They could be hiding something from us. But again, I think for now, I'm thinking at the most optimistic I could think. It's just a bad migraine. And Matt, you might think migraine, oh, it's just a bad headache. But that stuff, bad. It hurts. So let him get his rest. But it didn't. I thought it said he's traveling with the team. That doesn't sound right to me. Because if you're gonna have a migraine, you would rather stay at home. But I don't know. Um, Jalen Brunson probably in the first half, I was like saying like, oh, this is probably gonna be one of his worst games in a Nick. But you know, he's that guy when it comes down to the clutch. I know they try to force the ball out of his hands, but then he figured it out in the last like 2 or 3 minutes of the game. So it was about like a 10 to 4 minute point where it was just 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It was just all quickly show because they got the ball out of Brunson's hands. But then Brunson started to realize how he could take advantage of it, and quickly started going. So they started to have to pay attention to quickly, and it's just and it just gets Brunson to get involved. And they defended him pretty well. I'm going to give Hawk credit. I mean, they defended him pretty well. I don't think he also didn't hit the shots that I wanted him to hit. I mean, that any Knicks fan would not want him to hit. He had like a few good moves, just smoked the layup. But again, I got to give the Hawk credit. They defended him pretty well. Um, but Horns, I mean, okay. I I don't think there's a lot to talk about Mitchell Robinson. He's just a top 5 center in the NBA. There's not anything to talk about. The guy is a monster on the boards, and we're all okay. Let's shoot this three ball. Let's shoot this three ball. Now, I'm not like in our decade, we're all like, let's shoot the three ball. But offensive rebounds can win you a game, and the Knicks have shown you that is possible. If you offensive rebound, you will win a basketball game. Uh, Offense, no, not win a basketball game, but that will keep you in a basketball game. If you win the offensive rebounding battle, you will never get blown out. Trust me, you will never get blown out. Um, unless you have non NBA players, like actual players who can't make a shot. But if you're playing NBA, if you're an NBA player, I bet you can hit a shot or two. If you give yourself 2 attempts, get a shot. Yeah, Grimes with 11, hand injury. Hopefully, it is good. Hopefully, he's fine. But I really like how Quentin Grimes. I know everybody's like, okay, he might be the weak link in the starting lineup, but he knows how to pick his spots. He knows to pick his spots, and whenever he picks his spots, he's free. I'm watching Klay Thompson, prime Klay out there. Well, he can. I'm not even being biased here. He's hit some shots in a row that are difficult. Threes, just catch and shoot. Difficult, in your face, doesn't matter. Just that shot right over him, right over not him. I mean, right, it's him, but right over the defender's hands. Like, it's not even there. It's just great watching the ball go in the hoop for him because it's very satisfying. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, that's it. Turnovers need to limit the turnovers. We cannot give the ball to the other team. If we want to be a playoff team, we're gonna play these tough teams like the Heat, like the Nuggets, like like, like the Lakers, like the Clippers, where you can't just mess with the ball, where you just can't mess with the ball. You gotta keep the ball. You gotta keep the ball under wraps. You gotta take care of the ball, especially with the way that we run our offense, isolation heavy. We don't move the ball, so it's not like our. Well, I mean, yes, there's spurts where we move the ball, but our whole identity is probably 1-on-1. If two people collapse, then we swing the ball around. But again, still, the thing is ISO. Like, if Jalen Brunson's ISOs, we can't have him lose the ball because that's always going to be a live ball turnover. So we can't. We got to limit the live ball turnovers because, again, you give a live ball turnover, for example, to Kawhi, he's going down there and dunking it. It was a big difference between Kawhi and DeJounte Murray. But no disrespect to DeJounte. He played good. He's playing good this season. But, there's still a difference, still a big difference. But, yeah, that's it. Have a nice day. Peace out, and let's go Knicks.